It was corruption in the capital tonight. Celtic needed 2 penalties to beat Hibs. They needed Hibs to be denied 2 clear penalties, and more importantly, they needed Hibs to miss about half a dozen sitters in order to sneak a 2-1 victory in Edinburgh. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And Brendan Rodgers must have been absolutely shiting himself there, because there is no doubt about it. The best team lost tonight. Celtic sneaked over the line. They got 2 penalties. 2 very debatable penalties. Hibs were denied 2 penalties, and Hibs also in front of goal could not hit a barn door other than the Dylan Levitt shot on the hour mark. What a game of football that was. Hibs played absolutely phenomenal from the second half onwards. Should have scored at least 3, 4, 5 goals past Celtic. They didn't do it. And in the end, the SFA, Nick Walsh, all the corruption comes back to defeat Hibs. And I don't want to hear it. Like, I've joked about penalty to Rangers on this channel. I joke about it all the time. But the facts are, Celtic have got 12 penalties this season, and they're the only team in the league not to concede a penalty. Something's got to give, and I'll tell you what's given. It's fucking corruption, because Hibs should have won the night, and because of the officials and the referees, they weren't allowed to.
No, it is corruption. I think this is a joke. The gimmick can't go on. They've got 12 penalties, the Rangers is 9.
And I'm a Hearts fan, by the way, so I wouldn't be saying that if it wasn't true.
You look at Naroki, he should have been sent off on Saturday, midday. But this was a joke, man. And see Boyle, like, yeah, he's known for his diving reputation, but just because he's known for that doesn't mean it ain't a penalty. How's that not get looked at?
I think the bigger one is the handball by, I believe it is Ralston. I mean, his hand could not be, his hand's almost above his head when it hits him in the hand. Like, what? How is that a natural position? Yeah. That was an insane decision not to give that one. And then the Boyle one, they don't even look at it. He does. It's Bernabe. Bernabe comes in and with his knee takes his trailing leg out, and the referee doesn't even look at it, just straight away gives Boyle a yellow card. But when Celtic have 2 potential penalties, I mean, the first one's just automatically given. They don't even think about overturning it, even though I have never seen a penalty ever. I've never seen a penalty given for an accidental clash of heads. The Hibernian guy went for the header, the Celtic guy went for the header, and the Hibernian guy was like half a second too late. Okay, yes, he ends up connecting heads, clashing heads. I've never seen a penalty for that ever. Tonight it was given. And then the second penalty, I mean, Kyogo gets caught, but it's kind of like the aftermath. It's just the momentum. The shot's already been taken. The Kyogo being tackled, Kyogo being caught doesn't necessarily affect the shot or anything like that. It's the momentum. When you're sliding in, momentum is gonna, you just can't stop dead. He follows through, makes a slight bit of contact with Kyogo. Kyogo goes down. The shot has already been taken, so it doesn't matter. Had this guy slid in and caught Kyogo or not caught Kyogo, the ball wasn't going to go in. The shot had already been taken, and I think it was just marginally outside the box. Now, depending on what angle you want to look at it, but for me, it looks like Kyogo was caught just outside the box, and the referee, of course, gives a penalty. I mean, and to add even more misery onto Hibs, this happened on around the 88th minute. Celtic were given the penalty. It took about 5 minutes for the whole thing to play out, and just as soon as the whole thing was going on, 6 minutes were added on. Therefore, they should have played to probably at least the 100-minute mark, and the referee blows it 97 minutes in, when it took like 5 minutes for them to award the penalty. Absolutely fucking disgraceful refereeing tonight. Celtic given 2 penalties. The match was ended about 4 minutes earlier than it should have been, and Hibs had 2 good penalty claims, and they weren't even looked at. Martin Boyle straight away getting the yellow card for a dive, and the handball, it wasn't even addressed. Sky Sports, the announcers, nobody even talked about it. Of course, Chris fucking Sutton's not going to talk about it. What a shite night. And Celtic scored 2 penalties, and they're like, oh, we are this. You're fucking shite, man. You had to cheat to beat Hibernian, a bottom 6 side that are pish, and they outplayed you. It's actually embarrassing, man.
Look at Celtic, though, in the last bunch of games, right? Ross County, deflected shot. Aberdeen, deflected shot. Today, 2 penalties. You know what? I was pissed when Celtic
scored. The Hearts are coming for second. I'm telling you, this team's shite.
No, I was annoyed, obviously, right, when Celtic got that penalty. But I look at them the past couple of games, and I'm like, I just think Rangers will get over the line. This Celtic team doesn't worry me. I'll be honest.
We're not here to talk about Celtic. We're not here to talk about Rangers. We're here to talk about Hibs.
No,
I thought they were robbed tonight. Anyway, they didn't start too good. So the penalty, it's a clash of heads. I have never... If penalties are given for this sort of stuff, then let me know. But in all my years of watching football, I have never seen a penalty given for two players contesting the ball and their heads making a collision. Normally, the referee would just award, like, a drop ball or something like that. I've never seen a penalty given in this situation. Never, ever. But tonight, it happened. I don't think it was a penalty. A lot of people don't think it was a penalty. Chris Sutton thought it was a penalty, but he would. Celtic, first half, after that, I don't really think they had that many chances.
Hit the bar with Ida in the second half.
Yeah, they dominated possession, but first half was pretty boring. Second half, Hibs turned it around. And what I will say is I thought Hibs were very impressive with the amount of bodies that they committed forward tonight. Every time they were going on the attack, they had like 4 or 5 players bursting in towards the Celtic box. And it's not often you see teams do that against the old firm. So fair play to Hibs. They committed bodies forward tonight. They had multiple chances. Miller had a really good chance. He put one wide. I think Fenty had a really good chance where he put one wide. We're talking like really good opportunities here that they just couldn't score. Johan had a lovely overhead kick that was unfortunately straight at Joe Hart. With Will Fish, who probably cost his own team a goal by intercepting the ball for his own player, but he managed to turn around eventually and get a shot off just narrowly past the post. There was chance after chance for Hibernian in that second half, and Celtic didn't really do anything other than huff and puff. The Dylan Levitt goal was a great strike. Can't take anything away from him. As soon as he hit it, I said goal. I knew it was in. But looking at the replay, should Joe Hart have done better? He got fingertips on it. Does that mean he should have saved it, or did Joe Hart do well to get fingertips on it? Look, you can be the judge. I'm not going to bash Joe Hart, right? I think maybe he could have saved it, but I don't think it's a howler by any means. So
no, it's not a howler. No.
Good strike by Dylan Levitt. And then, like I said, Hibs were the better team. They should have won. They should have scored. I think Hibs should have been about 3-4-1 up by the second penalty. And I'm looking at it, and you just knew it was going to be given. You knew this was Celtic's get out of jail card. And ever since Callum McGregor last season came out and said that Celtic would need a shitload of decisions in order for things to balance in their favour, they have been getting decision after decision after decision. That is 12 penalties for and none against.
Yeah, it's honestly, I don't get it.
Now, that's not me saying that Rangers don't get favourable decisions, because I think they do. Rangers have got 9 penalties for, 1 penalty against. But Celtic, how can Celtic fans complain anymore? How can they say it's corrupt? How can they say everyone's in Rangers' favour when they have 12 penalties for and 0 against?
Will you get 2 more questionable penalties in a game?
No.
Like, honestly, I've never seen a penalty be given for that in the first half. And see the second one? To me, VAR can only intervene if it's clear and obvious. That's written in the rules. I know I've repeated it a lot in the past few days, but what's clear and obvious about the referee's decision here? You know, it's his perception of what happened. He viewed it as outside the box. So when he goes to VAR, you can't really tell where it is, if it's on the line or outside. For me, I think it's just out. But the momentum and the pace of it, no matter how much you slow it down, it's going to look one way or the other. I think it's not obvious enough.
Well, the problem is, I don't think he originally gave a free kick.
Did he not?
No, so therefore I don't think it really comes into play. Now, if he gave a free kick, you could argue that it's not clear and obvious that it was in the box, so therefore VAR shouldn't have gotten foul. But I don't think he actually gave a foul, and that's why VAR checked it. But for me, I mean, it was very tight. That Celtic already had 1 soft penalty. I mean, this is 50-50 whether or not it was in the box. And like I said, I think you got to factor in that the shot was already taken by Kyogo. And it's the momentum of the Hibs player that it's not like he completely wipes out. There's just a little bit of contact, and the referee deems that a penalty. I think it's extremely harsh. Celtic got 2 penalties. How can Celtic... I want to know, Celtic fans, let me know. Are you... Obviously, you're celebrating, like you're happy you won, but are you super confident after that game? Do you think you deserve to win? Are you excited? Do you have lots of hopes about your team's chances of winning this year's title? Because if I was a Celtic, I would be worried. That was an embarrassing performance, especially second half. Kind of same thing happened against Aberdeen, but not quite to this extent. Hibs were all over Celtic, and if Celtic keep playing like this, they are going to be dropping points.
No, they've got massive decisions in their favour in the last 2 games. Naroki should have been sent off at 1-0, right? up or down, sorry, to against Aberdeen, and today they shouldn't have got any. The Hibs should have been out of sight though. We can cry corruption, right? But it's Hibs' own fault. Hibs, like you said, they could have been 3-4-1 up, and see this penalty wouldn't have mattered. Would have been at 3-2, 4-2. But for me, it's a disgrace, and I don't want to hear any more about Rangers penalties because what Celtic's got this season is a fucking disgrace, man. Honestly, yeah, and that one for Ralston is absolutely mad. I've just seen it there.
Look how high his hand is.
I never even
look how his hand's above his head. That's a natural position.
It's a joke, honestly. But that's what happens when you put the pressure on the. But put it this way, no, the thing that bothers me as well is the fact that, like you said, it took 5 minutes for them to decide it and they blew the whistle in the 97th minute. It's right. See if Hibs, right, somehow got that penalty in the 88th minute, right, and it took 5 minutes for them to decide. You trying to tell me with Celtic pushing for an equaliser or a winner maybe if it was a draw, they would have blew the whistle after 1 minute extra at the end? Of course they wouldn't. They fucking pluck time out of thin air for Celtic.
I was expecting 101 minutes. If it's not 101 minutes, then 199 at the absolute minimum.
When he blew it 97, we looked at each other like Ben Wall walked through the front door.
Yeah, no, originally I thought that he blew for a free kick or something and everyone just assumed the match was over, but then you seen players like begin to walk around and shake hands and then you realise, oh no wait, Hibs have been fucked again. So yeah, Hibs severely unlucky tonight, didn't deserve to lose, they have lost, and in fair play to Nick Montgomery, I think half time he must have done something right because Hibs came out a different team and he went for it. You know, he didn't just sit back and try to sneak a goal and salvage a draw. I mean, they got back in the game and they continued to push for the win. They looked the better side, looked more likely to score, and it just wasn't to be. 2 penalties for Celtic, 2 penalties denied for Hibs, and a very controversial whistle at the end there, calling time short. So yeah, very, very poor night for Hibernian. Celtic win. It's not a win to be proud of though.
Every decision went their way.
Every decision went their way tonight. So I mean, it is what it is. I just don't want to hear that the league's corrupt against Celtic anymore. I don't want to hear it. It's fucking bullshit. Or penalty to Rangers. Celtic have got 12 penalties, 0 against. And that sums this up.
I said earlier though, right, just to wrap this up, even if Celtic could win, and I don't think the fans will be happy, they'll know. If you're a realist, you'll know that they're fucking shite if you're a Celtic fan. And this league is... I mean, they were incredibly lucky.
Yeah, but there's one thing winning 1-0 and being a little bit fortunate and then stealing a 2-1 victory when you did not deserve nothing at the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal difference now is only at 2. You'd expect Rangers to go top on Wednesday.
Like, first half wasn't that impressive, but if Celtic just held on, it was a dull second half, you'd have been like, it's not a great performance, but they'll just be happy to win. But this was... They got let off the hook big time.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that they'll just be relieved to get 3 points, they probably won't care about the performance, but...
See if this happened to Rangers, what happened to Celtic tonight, you wouldn't hear the end of it. You would be led to believe that Rangers and the CIA were the ones that killed JFK as well at the end of the night, man. It would be incredible, the conspiracies they'd come up with. But anyway, Celtic go top of the league, clear now by 3 points, but that's us.
Yeah, just by a goal though. I mean, Rangers, who knows, they could overtake them if they beat Ross County, and I wouldn't be surprised the way Ross County are playing. But also, Derek Adams has quit, so who knows what's going to happen in that manager bounce. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Probably will make a few videos on the penalty decisions, because I think there's quite a lot to talk about. All 4 penalty decisions are very controversial, so we'll figure something out and we'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.